NSFW stoners of Reddit, what is so amusing about throwing stones at people? I see their glass houses and I just can't resist. The stones are thrown before I even think about it. I live in a glass house, and I throw the first stone when a fool comes creeping up my home. I see you, because I live in a goddamn glass house. Why do you have a pallet of bricks in the back room? No lacking. Apostrophe. Sinners have to learn somehow. Time for another crusade? Deuce Velt. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel. Start sobbing uncontrollably. Damn. I usually have to rub one out in the shower to get that reaction. That's because you use shampoo. I hope Tim from high school answers. Tim was a stoner, the marijuana kind, and he threw stones, fist-sized ones, at me and my friend from down the street one time for no apparent reason at all. He didn't even know who we were. I've been wondering why he did it ever since. Hey bud, Tim here. I had an insatiable hunger for glue sticks and huffing paint as a kid. This led to me doing some silly things. I hope you can forgive and forget, and vote for me as your new state representative. Thanks. I may not live in your state, but you've got my vote, Tim. I cracked my knuckles ready to hit you with some facts until I realized what kind of stoners you meant. / hit them with stones. Not facts, the message gets through to them better. Only if you are without fault up. That's a little New Testament reference for ya there. I can make them crippled like me. You can't cripple someone emotionally with stones. Yes, you absolutely can. I can show you. I can't do it anymore. I live in a grass house, so if you smoke a bowl, your house built out of weed will burn up. I don't make the rule. I just know that people who live in grass houses should not get stoned. Why should they be happy? Came here for this. That's fine. But I hope you clean up the mess you made. Potentially hitting your father if you try to hit someone in a crowd. Nice try. Dire jeans. Well, they did say Jehovah. You know the rules, bro. I now shall stone you. Yeah, you should know better than to go out saying Jehovah. SMH. You said Jehovah. You said, wait, crap. Some red sauce that tastes like iron leaks from them when they get hit. It usually goes well with hamburgers. Stop, no PLS, stop. Really? Must try it someday. We will. Rock you. This joke deserves more appreciation. As someone who has been stoned in this context, let me tell you that it is not fun. However, I can also tell you that the people doing the stoning were not doing it for amusement. No, they were doing it out of ignorance-based anger. How are you? What? I mean, isn't one usually killed by stones breaking everything in your body? Or am I once again more cruel and efficient than reality? Because I'll be damned if I'm gonna let someone's husband say that piece of meat was good enough for Jehovah and get away with that blasphemy. And it's a good excuse to wear a beard out in public. Nice to blend in once in a while. They were raped. They must die with honor. He said Jehovah. If you can dodge a rock, you can dodge a ball. We all draw pieces of paper and the black marked one gets stoned. It's part of a lottery in my town. We've been doing it for years. Don't know why. Surely you aren't calling me Millisecond Jackson. But I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get stoned. Link. b/fmpo_fum. Me like throw rock. Me strong. They weak. Ugh smart. Ugh no projectile motion. I grew up in KSA and was scared to death of seeing a stoning. What an atrocious thing to do to another person. Watching the teeth fold in on someone who believes pedophilia is a sexuality. Well, sometime when my kids act up I just have to stone them to death like God says. Deuteronomy 21:18-21. I've grown to really love it and now I go around stoning rape victims too. All in a good day of God's work. Deuteronomy 20-23-24. God is good and so full of love. You can skip them if you land it right. As someone who is without sin, I get asked to cast the first stone at a bunch of events. Bringing honor back to my family. Oh, was that too much? The noise they make when you connect at a good angle. Came here for this. The thunk. Boners of Reddit. What is so amusing about throwing bones at people? Do it before I do. I live in Saudi Arabia. It's our favorite pastime. Oh, it just totally rocks. Letty without sin cast the first stone, so I built that all glass quad level first home. It's not the way it used to be. People ain't the way they used to be. I'm a big fan of Queen. We Will Rock You is my favorite song. It shows I'm Hoss Boss. Bits, get your beards. I'm not the only one. What happens when a Muslim woman smokes weed? Huh, she gets stoned. The way their eyeballs emit a haunting PFFFT as they ooze fluid post-impact. Edit. Downvotes are illogical given ops question. When they are high, it's funny to throw stones at them because they have no idea what's going on. If you do it correctly, the victim will die of asphyxiation and not head trauma. Ask my bro. Anything's amusing when there's weed involved. It's funny when they fall down. It's amusing taking away a life when you are high on life. The satisfaction I gain from knowing my place in the afterlife is reserved because of the justice I exacted upon thieves and harlots. Sometimes you can hear that little plink sound of when stone hits the right angle of cranium and it just sends tingles down to my toes. I love hitting people with a sling. Was one of the most op weapons. Do not judge my way of life until you have tried it. In fact, everybody must get stoned. I just wanted to play catch. Don't knock it until you try it, yo. Mostly the thwap sounds the stones make when making contact with their skulls. I'm more of a rock person. Stones are too smooth, but rocks are bumpy and rough to cause maximum damage. I feel so much more glamorous when I'm done. Stone them all, I say. Edit. Oh sorry, I thought this was about stoning garments with crystal/rhinestones. If you're without sin, you might as well start throwing. I'd like to know how high you are, RN. I write funny jokes on my stones before I throw them. He had me in the first half, not gonna lie. Population control. I'd like to clear the record. I'm a stoner who usually skips stones on lake and rivers. I attempt to not hit people by making sure no one is around. Every once in a while I'll just throw the rock. Something about it is very therapeutic. Of course, it could also be the copious amounts of marijuana that I take beforehand. Sometimes they skip and hit a couple people. How about I show you? We used to have rock fights in my neighborhood when we were little kids. Wasn't so much throwing them, but dodging them when they are thrown back. It's a wild adrenaline rush. Not throwing them at people. Actually was testing how high I can get. It helps with my anxiety. The thunk sound of a real good skull connection. People's heads are like drums. And quite fittingly, I like breaking drums. That one satisfying squish after a cacophony of thuds. I get super baked first, which makes almost anything amusing. Link. youtube.com/watch v=7 knobnc40. Rock go clap. Oh ugh, why should they get to be happy? 11 exclamation point. I'm sorry. But he said Jehovah. That's not how it works. Oh man, finally my experience put to use. My favorite thing probably is seeing which rocks bounce off and which ones don't. We all gather round in a big circle and keep score. Wait, what? Barn rip noises cough cough. No bro. No one should throw stones. They just gotta be a stone's throw away from being too stoned. Yeah, no? Imagining that they were the people who make posts like this. Well, yeah. When you nail a kid in the head and they start doing a cool breakdance. The pun. Oh man. Bless you for this pun. Oh, you know they just won the lottery. I think it's for a higher cause, but it's definitely rigged tbh. The satisfying crunch sound it makes. If I get him right in the head they go to sleep. Then I can take their weed and go get high. The different sounds that they can make depending on where it lands. It's not amusing, but Allah commands it. That's sweet. Sweet religious zealotry high. I'm stoned. So I may or may not have clicked this. Honestly, their reactions. Never see it coming. What part of this isn't amusing? Link. youtube.com/watch v equals ffwfxgprdu4 and t equals 12s. You can break their bones. Just like with sticks. Because they said Jehovah, you're not supposed to, so if you do, we meet up and throw rocks. He said Jehovah, he must be stoned. I actually enjoy the sense of pride I feel from an accurate throw. Like if I'm aiming for the back of the head and I peg it from 15 meters out, I feel good about myself. Like my coordination and strength are on point. Allah works in mysterious ways. Stones are my passion. I just try to share with other people. The police don't seem to agree. I hate their glass houses. We become part of tabs. D. Funny rock go thunk. Knives are too expensive. I like showing off what Jesus said I could do. It's a great way of testing out the hardness of various stones and whether a stone contains gems. I'm without sin, so I throw the first stone. Some old dude said it in a song I think. Probably Johnny Cash. He talked about sin a lot. I can rock their world. Cause the kids they dance. They shake their bones. Singing ashes ashes all fall down. They shouldn't have said Jehovah. We are just sitting here, waiting for someone to walk on water. I just enjoy bringing justice for the blasphemers who say Jehovah. I like it how they bleed and sometimes cry. It's God's will. More work than fun, but nobody is looking to get smote. They brought it on themselves by not wearing a hijab. I feel bad for even making the joke, but it's the best I got. It's nice seeing other people's faces turn from pale to blood red after one stone. Sometimes it gets boring. Depending on the screams, I'm gonna be on r/imveribidus for that. Have you ever smoked weed? Makes throwing them stones way funnier. You ever find out someone who threw a stone at you lives in a glass house? Who, oh boy. The look on their ducking faces. Dude, we laugh and laugh and laugh about that shit. It's so funny. It's like that time Dan needed a massive bucket ripper. Then he just grabbed a brick and yeeted that ducker. We were all like, oh dude, totally insane. That's when they made us put down the squirrel. Only if they stone me first. You don't have to throw stones at just people. You can throw them at birds too. Maybe hit 2 of them. I wanted to talk about how fun it is to be stoned. Nothing. It's serious business. And we don't accept pet rocks. When you skip them in a crowd with your pals. I mean, they deserved it, I guess. How come when I ask a legitimate curiosity question I get to twats trying to be funny, but this question which has a twist of humor in it gets many comments and upvotes, so I'm so bitter. Watching 17 Life Alert crews show up. Mostly the nutshits. If you throw stones at stupid people, they'll never learn, and you can keep throwing stones at them. In all honesty, it rocks, and sometimes rolls. I threw some stones once at Fred's ex-wife. He couldn't do it due to a bad accident involving a pool and was immobile now. I had pity on him. I didn't really want to, but seeing him smile as a stone hit her made it worthwhile. Then he drooled into his lap and ruined the moment. Because they're mostly pedophiles. Because the stone is something of the earth and it's in the air, like powers colliding. You bring rocks and flying together, you know what you get, man. You get Archeops. Wait, what was the question? Witches aren't people. The best part is getting to throw rocks at someone who commits blasphemy such as saying Jehovah. Not your jokes. The disappointment and horror on their face when they realize I had bested them. King of comedy over here. All I said was that bit of fish was good enough for Jehovah. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.